I feel like I have the easy job here because raw edge applique really is easy. I've got some shapes that I traced onto fusible web. I've fused them in place on this store-bought bag. I want you guys to know that I worked really hard and undid all the stitching over here, and it was serged and everything, but I unpicked it. And so I've got these fused in place. One quick note when you're using fusible webbing, you want to make sure that you trace your design in reverse. Otherwise, when you transfer it over to your base fabric, it'll be backwards, which isn't a problem with hearts.
Right, but if you like have some nice big bubble words.
Absolutely. They're gonna be backwards. It's not gonna be fun. And I also have just the standard foot, and I've moved my needle over a little bit to the right. I'm gonna try to stitch fairly close to the edge here, about 1/4 of an inch. You could probably use an edge stitch foot for this if you were really feeling finicky about how close you are to the edge, but I'm not. I'm just going to get as close as I can and just stitch around this shape.
And you said this is the small stitch setting. What's the length that you're using?
I'm just using a 2.5.
Okay.
It's really not, you could go smaller if you've got a really intricate shape, but I kind of go straight and then pivot with the needle down and just work my way really slowly around the curve.
So you don't go with the top stitch philosophy of use a longer stitch length?
No, I think it's actually easier, especially on these little tight curves. But if you're doing a bigger shape, I think that you could.
Like if I were doing my mountains, I could probably do a pretty long one.
And test it out and see what works best for you. You have so many options with this technique. You could do a double layer of straight stitching. You could practice with one of the decorative stitches.
Oh, yeah.
It's really quick and easy to do. And this is a really great technique for home decor, for bags, for things that you're not gonna wash as often, because these edges will eventually start to ravel. I actually kind of like that look. It gives it a little bit of a dimension to it.
Yeah,
and
it gets a little boho.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's perfect for these hearts. And you know this is gonna be for my daughter.
Oh,
I'm
of
not
course.
much of a heart person. But yeah, I'm gonna stitch this other one in place and then re-stitch this side edge here. And this perfect last minute gift for a kid's birthday or for anyone really. And you basically get to create your own iron-on.